Hello, Tyler Bryden here. Hope you're having an excellent day. Excited to be going through what's new in Speak. This is July 2025. I just can't believe it. Middle of the summer here up in Canada. It's hot. Everyone's happy in the area. We're feeling good. Maybe even complaining about the heat a little bit too much, but when we think a few months ago, I'll take the heat. Lots going on in Speak. A lot of changes on the front end that we're going to talk about for a better experience for you. I think two main themes for this month. One of them is this idea of theme extraction and quantifying themes, and we've talked about this before, but that process has become much easier. And the other one is an improvement of AI chat and the way that you can interact with chat through natural language. So excited to go through both of those. Before I do, I will say there's been a huge effort in the last month as well that you won't necessarily see or feel that much, but for those who are interested in the technical side, Speak built on Angular, Node.js, and we use a library called Material Design. Those libraries, they continue to update, they continue to improve those, and so as builders of technology, you need to ensure your app is up to date, so the functionality continues to stay stable, and any of the extended functionality within Speak that we've built out over all these years continues to work for you. And sometimes on one of these updates, it's just fast and furious. So many things that are impacting your day-to-day experience in Speak or unlocking new capabilities. But last month was definitely a heavy one in terms of making sure that core experience at Speak is strong for you. And that's a huge promise that we make to all of our users and customers across 150 countries. We're so grateful you're here, and we'll continue to keep this app running nicely for you. So I wanted to touch on this idea of identifying, classifying, and quantifying themes within Speak. You can see we wrote the first version of this post over a year ago, and we found that as digital media continues to exponentially increase, a lot of the teams that we're working with are pulling in larger data sets, and then they're trying to figure out how can I derive value from them. And of course, you've got the AI summaries, you've got the chat, and you can interact with the information in a lot of great ways, and systems and technologies continue to improve that capability. But there's another way that we approach this problem at Speak that is different than other teams, and we think is really crucial if you're trying to get actual quantifiable value out of these data sets that you can share with others, you can share with your team members, you can share with your clients, you can share with stakeholders. And so we realized that several years ago, one of our missions at Speak was how can we take unstructured data and turn it into quantifiable insights? How could we restructure that information? And for a long time, we did that through keyword extraction. We did that through sentiment analysis. But then we saw with the rise of large language models and transformers, another path to do this in a customizable, refined way. And we've worked on implementing that within Speak. And so it is possible here today. And you can look at this resource. There's a video tutorial on it and even a written step-by-step guide of how you can do theme identification. You can then standardize those themes, and then you can quantify them to understand what things are emerging out of my data set, what are most prevalent, what are not, what's the density of those themes within that data set. And I use this word themes in a very flexible, loose way because we're seeing organizations that tackle this problem related to their specific use case. So maybe if you're in sales, you're looking to extract objections. If you're in research, that's where you're extracting themes. If you're doing coaching and training, perhaps you're looking at things that the client can improve or your team member can improve. And so this word theme is really about an attribute, something that you want to extract out of your data set, and you want to do it at an individual file level, but then you want to aggregate to the top level and quantify that information. And so if you were trying to extract themes in Speak before, there was this process you could go where you could chat, and then you could map to fields, and then you could extract these themes, and then you could distill it down with this custom prompt that you wrote after you would standardize the themes, maybe manually. And we really wanted to streamline this workflow. And so what we've done is created theme categorization down here. I can select all these files. I can now hit theme categorization, and I have 2 guided workflows that I can work through very nicely, quickly, all in one smooth process to save you time, save you frustration, and get accurate themes extracted so that you can view in a quantified manner directly in Speak. So one option is that you have the themes ready. And in this case, what themes that you want to classify your data set into. So maybe you've got a bunch of sales calls in there, and you know the type of objections that you're up against. And it's poor product experience, it's better alternatives, it's unclear pricing, et cetera, et cetera. And so all I'd have to do is say unclear pricing, better alternatives, poor usability. And what Speak will do is use the intelligence of the system to automatically sort the sales calls into one of those categories. And we do have some control where we can even help you sort it into multiple categories as well, and then still quantify that information. I'm still going to choose to map it to a field, but we're going to handle a lot of the stuff on the back end that you had to do manually previously. And we saw some friction, we saw some confusion in this process. We want to make it super clean and really leverage our 6+ years experience building Speak, all the knowledge that we have about prompting, about data analysis to help you through this journey. As soon as I select my field, it's going to run that analysis across the file, moving nice and quick, and it will tell you the amount of files that have been analyzed, the themes that have been created, everything there. Now, if I want to go the other way, we'll walk through this a little more deeply. In this flow, I can now look for themes and just explore. And so I might not have the full crystallized list. And so if I want to explore themes and then later standardize them, really using this cluster mechanism in Speak where we go from that exploratory set of themes and into the more standardized themes for even better quantifiable output, I'm going to choose this option. And I still have the ability to do a couple sample themes, value, content, integrations, too expensive. I'm still going to map this again in the end to standardized themes. I want to get there. You can see it's running this analysis on all the files. And I can now start to see themes that had emerged. I even get a confidence score, the number of files that are fitting into that category. I can update that, and then I can apply the themes. And so I'm now moving towards that standardization element. And then now I can redirect to that final visualization where I see the standardized themes. And in this case, it went down to 4: content and features, poor usability, lack of integrations, and too expensive. And I can see the number of times that had emerged. Now, in this case, a simulated data set, so 25 times for each theme and the percentage density. But if you do this on a larger instance, or for example, you have more themes, then you can start to see what's emerging across that data set. And again, these could be themes, these could be sales objections. We have research teams who are looking for aftertaste and texture and smell, and really going beyond just this idea of keyword matching or things like this, and using the artificial intelligence, but putting that into discrete quantifiable fields that then can be visualized and then shared with team members, with clients, with stakeholders. And if you followed Speak, you've got a bunch of ways to do that. Download the visualizations, export the data. You can share the library and charts directly with team members. And so we're super excited about the streamlined version of a powerful flow that we've seen teams really try to strive and achieve to accomplish, but maybe have gotten a little lost in Speak trying to figure this out, or just a few too many manual steps. So right now we're working with enterprises and teams to figure this out. You won't see this in your account quite yet as we're still refining this process, but if you want to unlock it, send us a message through the live chat or at success@speakai.co. We'll unlock this and we'll work with you to quantify themes in a really powerful way and in a beautiful, intuitive process that should help you unlock a lot more concrete value in your data sets than what was possible before, or would take a lot more time and effort to accomplish. So that's it on the AI theme analysis. I want to move on to, I think, a very exciting function. Also, another streamlining of things that we see a lot of people trying to do within Speak, but maybe was a little bit too difficult. And so we've tried to make it more natural, make it more intuitive. And really what that looks like here is this idea of chatting with date ranges in a prompt. So if you're using the AI chat directly in Speak, you can now type things like the last 3 months, or year to date, or yesterday, or this month. The system will intelligently understand that is a date range and only give you information that fits that date range in the response back. So all of a sudden, I have this really powerful conversational tool and mechanism to be able to interact with data in a way that I would have had to be very specific with filters and things before. And again, this is possible in Speak right now. I have a filter. I can use the time range. And then if I'm in the chat here, I can go ahead and do that. But now I could visit a folder. I could hit a chat, and I can go in here and I can say, give me a summary of the last week. Another great piece here, you can see that it's streaming the answer in the chat, and it's looking at only those files that fit that last week category, that's 7 days. Again, that's where this intelligent come in. You see the response, then refreshes, and I've got a great summary specifically of information in the last week. So this is a really powerful mechanism in Speak. We're going to continue to add to this. You've got a help article here about chat with date ranges in a prompt, and you can see all the examples and all the categories that are possible. And it's really beautiful the way the technical team has implemented this. And so we hope that you find your chats are even more intuitive and you have a lot more control and power in that conversational manner directly in chat to filter the information that you're looking for. Now, those are the two major updates along with the foundational parts that I talked about this month. The other one that you just saw is when you're chatting, you can see the chat coming out in real time, which is a great new function. Another thing that we've tried to improve, and you'll see this especially on longer outputs, if you're pushing data to the fields, the view of the columns is much better. Another very quick one that we can jump into here is hitting that chart icon and directly visualizing that field, talking about that quantitative analysis and getting you there even more quickly. Some of you are uploading CSVs into Speak and interacting with those CSVs. You can now view that chat history directly in this section within Speak. The Android and iOS recording continues to improve. So if you don't have the app already, download it and get recording. And we've got more coming. So what's next? This isn't recording right now because I'm already engaged with the microphone. Going to continue recording, but you're also going to see the live transcription directly here, which is a great functionality and something that's been asked for a long time. It's going to create media at the same time so you can view it and see insights. You can do this while you're recording directly in the app if you're using the survey / the embeddable recorders, and even will be available directly in the meeting so you can see the transcript while you're in a virtual call on Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, and Cisco WebEx. And not only will we be layering the transcription in, the live transcription, you'll be seeing the analysis as well too. The other thing that's coming, I'm showing you a little preview here, is I can type @ and I can then tag files or speakers or folders. And just like I'm using that date range filter, I can use this as a filter directly in Speak through my chat in a conversational way to isolate specific files, summarize it, run that analysis, and help you avoid those filters with the drop downs and all that stuff, and just do a quick isolation of the data you want to interact with, chat, and get the result that you're looking for. So that's it for what's new in July. There's a bunch of stuff coming. We'll cover that in the next session. Even though there was a bunch of foundational work that was done, there's still some pretty incredible releases coming directly to you and some new capabilities in the platform as always. So quick wrap up. Foundational platform more solid than ever. We've upgraded everything and made sure it's up to date so the user experience is stable and strong for you. You can quantify themes better than ever. If you want to do that, send us a message at success@speakai.co or send us a message on live chat. Start using those date ranges in the AI chat to filter information based on that date range. And there's a lot more coming, as always. We love working with you here at Speak AI. So if there's anything else that you need to be set up for success, never hesitate to send us a message. We look forward to continuing to improve the platform for you. We hope you have another amazing month ahead. Thank you so much. This has been Tyler Bryden, co-founder and CEO at Speak AI. We look forward to seeing you again soon.